Hey folks, Nathan here from Star Wars Beyond the Films, the Star Wars Timeline Gold, and the Star Wars Reports Rebels Roundtable, bringing you a look at the last of the ships from Wave 1 of the expansions for Star Wars Imperial Assault for Fantasy Flight Games. This is the Imperial Gladiator-Class Star Destroyer. Now, size-wise, this sucker is much smaller than the Victory class, as you would expect. What you've got here is something that's a little bit bigger than a Nebulon B or the Corellian Corvette, but not nearly as big as, say, the Assault Frigate that we saw, the Assault Frigate Mark II. So you would expect the price to be somewhere in between. It is, rather than the $20 of, say, the Nebulon B or the Squadrons and whatnot, or the $40 of those two larger ships, this one is right there in the middle at $30 for your Imperial player. It is attached by a support fin, not a peg or anything. We've got a pole, I guess as they call it now. Then you got your base with your shield dials attached to it. You have, again, two command dials here, one shield dial. You have two squadron ID tokens, two regular ship ID tokens marked 8, one main ship ID token of 8. We have 4 command tokens. We have 3 objective tokens and 3 victory tokens. Again, victory tokens have Rebel on one side, Imperial on the other. Then you have your 3 defense tokens and your proof of purchase. Now, as is the case that we've seen pretty much straight through with these larger ships, you have 2 different variants here. We have the Gladiator-1 class Star Destroyer and the Gladiator-2 class Star Destroyer. As such, we have a ship token that has 1 on one side, 1 on the other. And then, of course, we have our upgrade tokens. We have Admiral Screed. Admiral frickin' Screed! That is freaking awesome. Right, Screed. We have Admiral Chirano. Not nearly as excited, but he works. Weapons Liaison. Engine Techs. Nav Team. Sensor Team. Then have Assault Concussion Missiles. Expanded Launchers. And then our 2 titles. Demolisher and Insidious. No relation, at least not directly, presumably, to the Sith Lord. Although I guess if he was on it, would that be Sidious in Insidious? Or something like that? Again, makes for a nice new ship. It does have its own little introduction and component list. But again, just credits on the back. No new game material or anything like that. A nice, cool, perhaps cheaper way of expanding your Imperial arsenal than going for that second Victory class Star Destroyer that is in many ways just a repackage of stuff that we got from the core set, which is some new upgrade cards. This is a new ship, which offers new play opportunities. I particularly like this one. Of course, so far, I've been leaning towards these original ships as opposed to the ones that are just duplicating the core set anyway, as you'd probably expect. We will be back with one more Wave 1 expansion item, but it's an one. Yep, it'll be the dice pack.